This here is coming from a YouTube channel called what is it called? The Patriot. I'm sorry, the Random Patriot. I'm sorry, I want to get the name right. So anyway, um, this is a guy who is actually in Arkansas, here where I live, the state I live in. Now, this guy is there's kind of two different types of what they call auditors. There's people who will go out and they will what they call audit, and most time what they're talking about in the audit is First Amendment audit. They'll go into like a police station, be it like a county sheriff's department or like a city police, station like that. And they'll go in there and they'll have their GoPros or whatever, and they'll just start recording things, which is
I hate those
100%
people.
that's it's 100% legal. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to elicit a reaction from law enforcement or the entities or whatever. Well, this guy came and did an audit um, on the local city and county sheriff's department. And I was quite embarrassed by the way that our law enforcement, because essentially what this guy, all auditors are essentially are trolls, and they're trying to elicit a response from the law enforcement, um, uh, family, what have you. Um, and so they'll go in and stuff. Now this guy takes it a little bit more um, because he curses. He likes to drop the f bomb, and because again he goes into usually smaller towns and cities, um, and he'll do this and they will get on to him about using that type of language, saying it's indecent, it's whatever. And the problem arises is that it is protected speech. First Amendment, it's free speech. They cannot tell the guy not to use that type of language. Period. Now, is the guy a jerk and a moron for uh, carrying on this way, making a scene? Yes, without a doubt. But the best thing that law enforcement could do is just not interact, or if they do interact, make it a positive one. Like some of the cities and stuff that he's gone to here in Arkansas, uh, they to I guess maybe they've had proper training on how to interact with these type of people. But what they'll do is they'll take him on a tour of all the public places that I guess where he doesn't need to have, like, say the jails and inmates and things like that. But they'll give him a tour of the facilities and they'll brag on their facilities and they'll talk about all the good things that they do and stuff. And that basically um, disarms him, right? Because they're not giving him a negative reaction, which is what he's after. In the video that we're going to watch today, um,
Uh,
there's a sheriff. Essentially, they call themselves marshals, but they're essentially the equal to what's called a county sheriff. Um, anyway, um, he arrested a guy who came in. Another person had a interaction with this law enforcement officer. Uh, from my understanding, they were like in a whole nother county, and which was out of this guy's jurisdiction, and they wound up ticketing him and had a bad interaction, or a not positive interaction, I'll put it that way. And he was going in to file a complaint uh, against this officer, and they they had further interaction, and the guy basically told him to, I think, back the f off or keep his effing hands off him or something like that. And then he arrested him for disturbing the peace.
mm,
And so when something like that happens and you have an officer that is, again, I don't I'm not a lawyer. I don't I don't pertain to or pretend to even understand all the nuances of the law or anything like that. But from what I do understand, uh, I believe this law officer overreacted and arrested this guy under false pretenses because he cursed inside of the police department, which, from my understanding, you can't do that. There's this, just again for a little bit. He was brought here because a person put out about his interaction with this law enforcement and what they believe is overreaction. And so he's going to come in and do an audit on him because they've already kind of shown, or this law enforcement officer has already kind of shown that he has a little bit of a temper, and that's usually a red flag for these guys. And it's just like, it's like a bull to a red cape. These guys come charging for those type of guys. So anyway, here we go.
Captain Lillard wants to double down. He arrests a guy for saying the F word. He says inside the city hall, so he arrests him. Apparently, he's never heard of Cohen versus California.
Okay,
He
now
then sees the guy a week.
is I know you can't really arrest somebody for just saying fuck, right?
Yeah,
But could it fall into disturbing the peace or anything like that?
it would be a just, I don't know. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't want to, I don't want to, but I think that if you're in a public space, right? It depends on what the ordinance is for that town or that county or state is for disturbing the peace, because each state has their own laws, right? And
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, if I remember this video right, um, this here, um, this video here, he goes into what the statute is for disorderly conduct or disturbing the peace. So they're saying that uh, have you got, if you on this inside of OBS, or Discord, whatever, do you have the audio
I got
on
it.
the?
I got it. I got it. We're
Okay,
good. I think. Just
okay.
press play.
A week later,
Yeah.
and he flips the cop off. He flips off the captain, and Captain Lillard says, "You better quit using that middle finger in public. You're about to go to jail again." This was today, actually. So here we are. Let's see if he wants to take me to jail. Let's meet Dover Marshal Captain Colin Lillard. This is the third time this week he has cited someone for cursing in public, and the second time this week he's taken someone to jail over it. I'm the second, and the first is this man, Cody Duos. Before we get into my arrest, let's watch what happened to Cody when he was with his brother Dylan, who was attempting to make a records request in the Dover Marshal headquarters and City Hall.
But you didn't ask me. You didn't ask me that. You didn't ask that. It doesn't.
Just get out. I'm
But
telling
you
you,
came back the off of you too.
dude, you're not gonna curse if I place you go to jail. Freedom of speech. You're under arrest. Disorderly conduct.
Oh,
I'm saying freedom of speech.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. So so do you think that was disorderly conduct?
no, not at all.
Okay. So see, that's what I'm saying. This cop right here, by doing this, uh, I believe, in layman's terms, understanding, he's overreaching his authority, and
Yeah,
he's a bit of a hothead. And they're upset. What it is they are upset. These cops in this situation, they're upset because this guy came in to do basically a FOIA, or Freedom of Information, which means that they have to, anyway. That kind of stuff, for whatever reason, pisses off law enforcement agencies a lot of times when people come and start doing FOIAs on them. So
yeah. They don't want to
yeah,
feel like they're being like challenged. It's kind of. I get it. Like I feel like I would be kind of disrespected. Like, oh, you don't think we know what we're doing?
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
sometimes I
you
don't.
know, well, here's the thing. I have the utmost respect for law enforcement officers, right?
Yeah,
They go out day in and day out. They put their lives at risk, and there are a lot of really good law enforcement officers that do their job to the best of their ability every day, right? And it's a very stressful, high end stressful jobs. And, everybody can have a bad day. Everybody can, just get up on the wrong side of the bed. It happens. But the problem is when you're in a position of authority like law enforcement is, you can't really have a bad day. And that's unfair. I understand. But irrespective, you just can't have a bad day. And, and so this cop, for whatever reason, I don't know if he's just having a bad day this day. I don't know if he's normally a pretty cool, chill guy. I don't know anything about the man, but he just decided, but let's continue listening, watching, and see what happens.
Tough on you? All right. Yeah, I said you guys get out.
Oh, now you're telling us to get out.
I'm publicly.
Okay. Videotaping.
I am.
Videotaping right there.
You're not walking up on me while I'm arresting somebody.
Okay, well, we're gonna stand back, but this is public property, bud.
It is.
No, I don't know if you saw that too, but he very aggressively snatched the hat off the guy's head.
Yeah.
And he's giving him an earful. I mean, we can't really hear what he's saying, but he's definitely giving the guy an earful. So.
I'm taking your bags, bud.
Scotty, how's it feel to be out of jail, boy?
Like a free bird.
Oh yeah, what'd they do to you in there?
Not a motherfucking thing except for make me some more money.
Explain to these people what the they did.
Violated my civil rights to freedom of speech. Put me in jail for saying get the off of me.
It's all on tape. It's coming out.
That's all it takes.
The Dover Marshal.
I asked him if he wanted to keep his job and his pension, and evidently he didn't, because he put me in jail for it. So now I'm coming for his job and his pension. He ain't gonna have neither one of them when I get done. And chief of police better hope like hell I don't come for him, because he was sitting there the whole time.
Damn it.
I'm here with 5-0 Media.
I want to know your thoughts on that. Because, do you agree with him losing his job?
If the guy has a repeated history of doing something, or girl, I don't want to be, uninclusive. If the law enforcement officer has a history of doing this type of thing and behaving and trampling over people's civil rights, then yeah, they need to go, because they are obviously not doing a position that they are capable of doing.
Yeah, that's right.
But the other side of this thing, right? This is the negative side of these guys with these auditors. Some of these auditors do this very type of thing to elicit a reaction out of these cops, and they are going after lawsuits. They're going after money.
100%. Yeah, that's their goal.
And and so to me, that's wrong, right? Now, granted, the cops should not snap. They should not violate or trample a person's rights. But I don't know. Just to me, that just seems evil. Going after intentionally, just to get I think anyway. I don't agree with that. No. But anyway, let's continue on with the video here.
Yeah, Mr. Garrett. What up? We're working on a story today in Dover, Arkansas. We got the Dover Marshals here. It's all the same building. We're at the Dover City Hall. The Dover Marshal building is the same building. We're gonna go in here, try to talk to the chief or assistant chief and make some FOIA requests. And then we're gonna do a little interview with some people that got arrested right here in front of the marshals. And then I have a little surprise for us. So stay tuned.
What are you needing? A request? They have to be in writing.
Is it with you that we file that?
And do you have a driver's license?
Sure do.
Okay. You have to be a citizen of Arkansas. It's Renee or I mean, any of us, but anyway.
Do you have a form that I should use to fill this out?
You have a blank piece of paper?
Well, I can get you a blank.
And a pen. Cool. Is the chief or assistant chief in?
I can go back and look.
Cool.
I know the chief's gone for the day, but I can look and see. And can I tell him what's regarding, who it is?
I am Justin.
and I just have a question for him.
Okay.
Okay.
It won't take long.
Bro, he's 100% looking for fucking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Okay. So this guy, Justin, the random patriot, he's a grade A asshole. There's no other way to put it. And he is, uh, he goes in there for the sole purpose of irritating the law enforcement, right? He is 1,000% a troll. And my personal opinion is the way he goes about it is not a way I would do it. I don't have a problem whatsoever at all about some these auditors that go in that are not confrontational, that are not um, trying to get underneath the skin, but they're just trying uh, to make sure that law enforcement are aware of certain civil rights and liberties that we as citizens do possess. That's guaranteed to us under the Bill of Rights. And so there's nothing. But he, like I said, he really goes above and beyond just a audit.
Yeah. These guys
But
are
he's
literally
still,
just, the cops' trolls.
yes, but they stay within the confines of the law, right? So
Yeah.
they're assholes, but they're within their legal rights. Does that make it right? Under the law, it does. We could talk about morals and ethics, but under the as far as what the law says, what these guys do is 1% legal. So
I just had a question for you. You were filming
Just left
the
on
other
call.
day when a gentleman was arrested. I'd like to file a Freedom of Information Act.
now, I don't know if you can see this here, but the text on the screen says actually he went down the street to the restaurant where Cody and his brother, now that was the guys we first saw get arrested in the cowboy hat, were eating solely to harass them. Now, that's his opinion, right?
Yeah, we don't know that.
We don't know that for fact, but he's putting it up here as a statement of fact. So I think that is a little bit, because he's coming into these with an extreme bias, so he's going to paint and present everything in the best possible light for him and what he's doing. But what we're going to see eventually here is that these cops play right into his hand. I'm going to speed this up. I should have had done that. We'll go about 1.5.
Request for the video from your phone. Is the chief coming?
He just left on a call.
Oh.
So that's what we saw leave. Apparently.
Okay. Oh, there he is. He's right there. You want to come talk to us?
Hey,
Come on
can you
out.
talk?
So here's another problem. As you can see, he hadn't written out anything. Because the whole guise was they was there to do for you, right? But he hasn't written anything. That was just his guise to come in there and do this, right? Who audits the auditors? If the auditors are auditing the cop, who audits the auditors? We do. Toxic
Yeah,
and
honestly,
I
we do.
audit auditors. Yes, that's the whole. There's a whole ecosystem
Actually,
within
fun
this
fact.
genre.
Fun fact, there is a YouTube channel that I watch called literally Audit the Audit, and they do.
Mm-hmm.
Great channel.
Yep. That's another one I watch all the time too. And the one thing that I like about Audit the Audit is when he breaks down the body cam, he pulls up. Yeah. He shows case law. He shows, and then at the end of the thing, he gives a rating, like the people, like the citizens that were interacting with the cops.
Yeah.
He critiques them and what they did and did wrong. He critiques the cops and what they did right, what they did wrong. And it's actually a really good channel. If you guys like this type of stuff, interactions and what have you, body cam footage, audit type stuff, Audit the Audit is a really good one. And this guy here, like I said, the only reason why I really kind of watch him anymore, period, is simply because he is from Arkansas, and he goes around and he audits the different law enforcement agencies here in my state. Some of them do okay, some of them don't do so okay. And which is, and the thing of it is and I think this is where the problem is if the officers, if this guy was a little bit different in his approach with the cops, and he was truly coming from a position of education and wanting to educate, that would be one thing, but he's not. Now, to my knowledge, I don't believe this guy's ever filed lawsuits, whatever, but this is the first time that I'm aware of where he's had this much of a, because he's got 3 or 4 videos. He's got 3 or 4 videos on just this police force and this particular interaction. Like he was charged and arrested, right? And so now he's got court dates and stuff that he's going to have to go and deal with. So that means that means lawyers, that means, legal battles. And since that, is a thing, it may actually turn into now where he does go after them civilly, to get a payday. If he does, I think this will be the first time he's actually done that. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, I got a guy to show you. Not today, because we
Yeah.
already got our lineup. But
Yeah.
next time, I got a ridiculous guy to show everybody. He's insane. Biggest piece of shit you'll ever see. I don't care what this guy does. My guy's worse.
Auditor? One of these auditors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a First Amendment auditor.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, that's what this guy is a First Amendment auditor.
Yeah, this guy, he'll go he travels all around the country.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. And the thing, of course, it is he does this as YouTube. I don't know how many, let's see how many guys he's up to 105 subscribers. This video here got 220. Yeah, I don't know how long, I don't think he's been going too long, but this one here has gotten 220,000 views, and it's about 2 months old. So,
Side of that door right there. Oh, now we just tried to wave him out here to talk to us, but he doesn't want to apparently.
He don't got nothing to say.
What did he say just a second ago when we were trying to get him to come out and talk? Why didn't he come out and talk? Oh, is that the assistant chief though?
I'm not gonna listen to y'all. Y'all are bullying.
We're asking a question. Is that the assistant chief? Is that okay? That's all. How is that bullying? By asking who that was. That's not bullying. You're bullying right now. So stupid. You are. Hey, where's your paycheck come from, ma'am? It sure does. Oh, you see? This is why I called you stupid. Do you think Dover gets state taxes? Do you think they get sales tax from whenever I buy stuff here? Do you think they get federal taxes as well? Oh, weird. You get it from me and everyone else in this town and everyone else in this state.
And see that's another thing that this guy that irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Right. He's a taxpayer. She is in a position that is taxpayer funded. Okay. That doesn't mean that he gets to come in here and be obnoxious and treat the employees like assholes.
Yeah.
And the thing, and so they don't have to take having cameras in their face. Unfortunately, agree, disagree, whatever. Because they are public employees, what they consider public employees, and this is a public space. These guys can come in and put cameras in their face, and there's not a cotton picking thing they can do about it. Now, you could say, well, that's rude, that's immoral, that's unethical. I won't disagree with you, right? Because these people are just trying to do their jobs. But unfortunately, this is one of the, I guess, drawbacks, if you will, of having a public facing job. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't deal with these fucking people.
No. Well,
I get fired so quick.
The last, how many years now? Probably close to 20 years. The type of job I have is a public facing job, right? I work for and so it's just, you have to be careful about everything you say, everything you do. A lot of times, I'm lucky. Um, uh, uh, the job I have now, it's not as restrictive as ones I've had in the past that's been public facing. But anyway, and I've never had to deal with anything like this. But again, it's a troll. If you've ever dealt with trolls on the internet, which is essentially what this is, it's just you just don't engage, right? But these are normal people. These are what we call normies, right? And normies just don't know how to interact with and deal with this.
Well, how often do you run into a troll IRL?
You don't, right? Or you might have when you were like in high school, you'd have bullies that would try to bully you.
One employee who's just a piece of shit, and that's not even common.
Yeah. So these are just normal adults doing a normal day's job for them, and they're not used to dealing with this kind of shit. And they're like, "Oh, this is childish. It's high school behavior. It's middle school behavior." I won't disagree, but it's protected under the law, So
especially when we're just asking you a question. Freaking losers. Now I see the mentality of this place.
Please don't be rude.
She started it.
Bro.
She started it. So childish. It's so. Anyway.
Well, that's not a reason to respond that way.
It is.
You need to be polite.
Hey, why are you asking me instead of her? Why don't you ask her to be polite, and then I wouldn't have had to say anything?
I can discuss that with her in private later also.
That would be nice if you did. It'd be nice if you did. She needs that.
There we go. Okay. So, can I have your phone number? Do you contact you?
You just email me. Yeah, just email me.
Just email you? No phone number? No address?
No, definitely not my address.
Definitely don't want to walk back over there now because he's going to try.
So hold up a second. So I'm over there with Garrett. We are filing a Freedom of Information Act request to get all the cameras. These guys are just kind of hanging out across the street, and tell me what happened.
Well, we walked out of the Mexican restaurant, and he rolls up to my truck and says, "Hey, Arkansas State Code says that you can't have letters no bigger than half an inch on my window."
What?
And then he flipped him off.
He told me, so be careful, you're doing that in public space again. He goes, you go back to jail. He goes, don't worry, baby, I got that 460.
Oh, dude, he's about to see my signs a lot bigger than your finger.
I'll help you carry him.
Yeah, he's a little aggressive right now, so I don't want to step over there.
Dude, well, I just tried to get him to come talk to me, and he wouldn't.
Oh, he's not going to.
So, Captain Lillard wants to double down. He arrests the guy for saying the F word. He says inside the city hall, so he arrests him. Apparently, he's never heard of Cohenburg, California. He then sees the guy a week later, and he flips the cop off. He flips off the captain, and Captain Lillard says, "You better quit using that middle finger in public. You're about to go to jail again." This was today, actually. So here we are. Let's see if he wants to take me to jail. Let's see if he takes me to jail.
Is this where I spoil it and say yes, he does?
Good. I'm glad. I hope he doesn't get to sue, though. I hope he doesn't.
You're going to see when he actually starts having interaction with this I think I don't know, he's not the chief, but he's like maybe the chief deputy or something like that. It gets pretty heated, pretty confrontational. And I'm thinking, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just, when you see what happens, I think he may actually have a pretty good case, even for lawsuit and getting money.
So these are the guys that were arrested. This guy right here on the left in the cowboy hat, he was arrested for saying the F word inside the city hall. And then he was just threatened with arrest again for using a middle finger. All by Captain Lillard. So this is for you, Captain Lillard.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of fast forward here a little bit.
All right.
So let's see what's this.
Let's play a counting game. Here are the rules. Arkansas assault statutes are found in Title V, Chapter 13 of the Arkansas Code, which covers criminal offenses and offenses against the person. If you go to assault in the third degree, a Class C misdemeanor that occurs when someone purposely creates apprehension of imminent physical injury in another person. In other words, you don't physically have to touch anyone to commit assault on them. Just making them feel like you're going to touch them or hurt them, or you're getting right in their face to make them feel like they could be in danger, that could be considered assault in the third degree in Arkansas. So let's count. How many times does Captain Lillard potentially assault me in the third degree before he even arrests me? And after my arrest, we'll get into aggravated assault.
He's got a cell phone in there. It's kind of notepad. What does that notepad say? Yep. Captain Lillard's a bitch. Captain Lillard's a coward. I never touched your car, son. I never touched your car, son. I'm not gonna have to do shit, son. I'm not doing shit.
Okay, don't you touch the car.
I never touched it.
My bad, just go ahead and step away.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm straight. You're a coward, by the way.
Yeah.
You arrest people for saying.
Well, you know what? It's disorderly conduct.
No,
Say it in the right context.
No, it's not.
In the right place.
No, it's not. I promise you it's not. Can I tell you a couple things that...
Well, listen, I know the case law on it. Okay?
Oh, what is it then? Well, then why'd you arrest someone over if you know the case
It's in
law?
a public place.
It's
okay?
allowed to be. Cohen versus California was in a city hall. Cohen versus California was in a city hall, you dumbass. You ignorant piece of shit who arrests free Americans for saying... Who arrests free Americans for saying... You better back off. Get out of my face. Get out of my face, you coward.
I'm here. You're here.
You step to me. You step to me. You bad breath. Get out of my face.
Nice, ain't it?
You're a coward little bitch. You are a coward, anti-American bitch.
You don't even
You're
know.
anti-freedom. You ain't
Why do y'all hate? Why y'all hate on
You ain't
cops?
nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Because
no,
you don't follow the law. Hey, I gave you.
Like you
Listen, do you want to give me the opportunity to have a conversation?
Lillard, you're a
Real conversation.
coward. Look up Cohen versus California.
Yeah, I appreciate your
Look
advice.
up Terrerage versus Fort Smith. Terrerage versus Fort Smith, right here in Arkansas. You dumbass. You're a loser.
Bro.
So, as you can see, he's really doing everything he can to tweak, the cops' buttons.
Yeah.
And he's right. When the cop turned around and bowed up to him like that, under Arkansas, code, that's assault. And that was something when I started watching some of these videos and stuff, you always hear, well, they were charged with assault or they're charged with assault and battery, right?
Yeah.
So assault is like if you threaten somebody, right? If you say, I'm going to whoop your ass or whatever, right? That's assault. Just saying that you're going to commit a physical act against somebody else, or if you take action to try to intimidate somebody, that's assault. It becomes battery when you actually lay hands on them. Like if you push them, shove them, or hit them, or even simply grab them by the arms, that it then becomes battery. There's the physical contact is actually battery.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Loser bitch right
That's
here.
stupid.
Loser bitch. Anti-American.
Why is
That's
that stupid?
Nah. The fact that the cop turned around and whatever, that shouldn't be assault.
You don't think it is?
No, it might be, but I don't think it should be.
Well, that's just the laws here in Arkansas.
No, that's fucking stupid.
So chat was saying, but him following him and trying to intimidate him is also assault. Yes.
Yeah, that should be.
So they both, yes, because he's pursuing after the cop, and he's well, the problem is it depends. Did the cop feel intimidated by the patriot, the guy, the patriot? If he did, then yes, it's mutual assault at that point.
Anti-freedom, loser bitch, arrest people because they said a bad word in public. Who the f does that besides a loser like you? Get a job. Get a job. How about you get a different job because you don't know how to do yours? You don't arrest anyone for saying do it again, motherfucker, and watch what happens. You're done. You're done. Keep waving, bro. You're done. It's over for you. It's over for you. You're done. Keep driving, you coward.
This guy's doing it.
Well, you know,
I'll talk to you, man. Okay. Listen, you just turn that off. Talk to me more.
No. I don't.
I'm not making you a YouTube video. Thanks. No.
What?
I'll talk to you. I don't want to talk to a YouTube video.
Well, but then you're going to say things that I can't verify.
I'll talk to you. If you don't trust me, you got no business talking to me. You think I'm...
Well, honestly, why would I trust you when you already infringed on a citizen's rights already?
Dude, it's a one-on-one conversation. It's a one-on-one conversation. You want to come in?
Sure.
You trash? Yeah, you just went and did that to try to intimidate the public. That's all you did it for.
Well, you know, he's upset. I'm upset, but
So I don't know who this other guy is, the older guy here that now has been, but if you notice, he's not confrontational, right? He's just asking questions. He's saying, I want to have a conversation with you, but I want it on camera. So then that way there's no,
he's
misunderstanding.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the cop actually sits down and has a conversation with him, right?
I have a cooler head. I have to. Okay.
But
so I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what happened with Cody.
Listen, we have, it hasn't been adjudicated yet.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm not going to do that. About what went on over there, it's we'll just need to.
Can you tell me if you believe that it was disorderly conduct?
Oh yeah, I would have arrested him if he would have been disorderly. Here, I'll show you the law on it if you like.
I've read the law extensively.
Okay, well,
I'm familiar with it.
Well, recite it to me.
I said I'm familiar with it.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
This is your job. You tell me about. You tell me.
Let's pull it up. If you,
you
want to know the law?
I do know the law.
Okay, well, let's look it up. Okay. But
So did you have any prior interactions with Mr. Duos or his brothers?
Dude, I'm not here for your video, man. You turn your video, I'll talk to you. Listen, I'm not interested in you putting these out trying to make money off of it or whatever it is y'all do.
This is more about accountability of public officials. Yeah. This isn't about trying to shame you. It's not. He is.
Yeah, he is for sure.
I assure you that. And honestly, if you give me a reason to not.
I don't know you guys from anybody. Like I'm singling people out to try to mess with their lives.
Why are they good cop, bad cop being the cops?
I don't know. See, that's another thing too, right? He flashed across the screen there saying that, he pulled him over because he, flipped him the bird, right?
Yeah.
So what? So what? Is it disrespectful? Sure. Right. But again, it's not against the law. It's not against the law to give a cop the bird. But sometimes you have police officers that have egos, which this guy here obviously has an ego. And, he thinks that he should be, I think people can respect the position of a police officer, right? But it doesn't mean that you have to respect the person that is wearing the uniform. If that person is not an honorable person, if that person is not someone who is suited for that job or position, you don't have to respect them. You can respect you can respect the uniform, you can respect the job, but you don't have to respect the person. And I think people like this guy, we're going to see here just a little bit, which we already saw, with the initial incident that caused all this to snowball on him. As the guy told him to basically, get out of his fucking face, and he arrested him for disorderly conduct. That's not disorderly conduct. Yeah. And he got, not only did he start, but he was very hostile. So I still say there has to have been something. There has to be some sort of history between this guy here, this Lillard, and the dude in the cowboy hat. There has to be some sort of personal history, right? There has to have something has to have happened in their histories with each other that caused that type of animosity to
I bet there isn't. I bet he's
so
just a piece of shit.
You think so? You think the cop is just a piece of shit? And that's,
no. The other guy.
The guy in the cowboy hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what did he do wrong to be warranted to be arrested?
Nothing, but I just I don't know. I was thinking about
I'm just saying there has to be oh, you talking about the Patriot guy?
That guy's a piece of shit.
I don't think
the cop's a piece of shit yet. I think the cop just fucked up so far.
Well, yeah, he fucked up. So anyway, they talk a little bit here, and it's pretty uneventful for the most part. I'm gonna scour through. There were some people who came through, was supportive of them and stuff like that, and actually brought them like pizzas and shit. Right?
That's nice.
Well, the auditors, I brought them some pizza. Yeah, it was cool.
I need to calm down again. I get worked up.
Something tells me too that this auditor guy,
Yeah.
he has a chip on his shoulder when it comes to law enforcement. He has I think, an unhealthy distrust and dislike for law enforcement. Period. And I think that's where a lot, because he says you ought to go get calmed down. Why? He says I had got worked up. Well, that's the thing about, if you're going to be a troll, and you're
Yeah,
going
if
to do
you're
this type of stuff, you can't be that invested in this.
yeah, if you're the one getting worked up, then you're probably not the
Yeah.
best. Well,
Yeah.
you can get worked up, but I mean, you can't. It could very easily end badly for you.
Yeah. The thing of it is to be successful, if you're a troll and you're trying to be, you can't get worked up. You have to get the other person worked up. That's the goal, right? So anyway.
Sir, no profanity. That offends me.
Okay, and pause. I actually really like this lady. She was extremely professional and nice the entire time I was there. Other than the interaction you're about to witness, I have no complaints on this lady. When I walked in the building, I did not have any intentions of speaking to or interacting with any of the ladies in there. I was only going in there to go take a seat where I was before with my sign. If it wasn't for her reacting this way to a word that is literally allowed to be in a PG-13 movie, I would have never even spoken to her. I honestly wish this interaction never happened, and I wish her the best regardless.
Sir, no profanity. That offends me.
I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, what? No, do you want to learn something?
It offends me.
Hey,
not while I'm looking.
Look
it
up.
offends me.
Okay, then don't look at it.
Are offending.
Here you go. I got it down so you can't see it. Are you okay? So look up Cohen versus California on your computer.
I don't have time to do that. I'm trying to.
Well, then you'll see what I'm doing completely legal, and you being offended doesn't stop it from being legal. So I'm just trying to teach you something. It's completely legal to have this in here. It's a Supreme Court
He's
case
just a
rule
nice guy.
called Cohen versus California.
Yeah.
Look it up.
So that's another thing too, right? When this guy here, particularly when this guy here comes in, he expects all things to stop and cease, right? And it's all about him and what he wants and his interaction with these people. And you have to remember, these guys, these people, this is a work day for them. They're trying to do their normal day of work. And, so he's coming in being very disruptive, and, I don't see a problem if she says, hey, that offends me, irrespective of whether or not it is not a violation of any, laws
Yeah,
or
but they don't
whatever
care about
else.
that part. They don't care about that.
Yes, that's the biggest issue I have with this guy here, is he seems to have any lack of human decency.
Yeah, no,
You know
most
what
of the
I'm saying?
auditors, the other guy I was telling you about earlier that I'm going to show you probably next stream, right? They don't care about feelings. Like, they don't care about like anything. They don't care about like the individual people and like if they're having a bad day, or, they just care about the law. That's it.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
You've never seen a swear word before? You ever seen a rated R movie?
You're making me feel very uncomfortable.
Have you ever seen a rated R?
Afraid.
Have you seen a rated R movie?
Listen, they're not law enforcement. They do that, man. Y'all can do that to me all you want, but don't come up
I wasn't doing anything to her.
Don't harass me.
I wasn't.
Are they making y'all uncomfortable?
Yes, they're scaring me.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything.
There you go.
Listen, Cohen versus
They're trying
California.
to work in here.
Cohen
They're
versus
trying to work in here.
Cohen. Do not touch me.
Wait, dude,
do not touch me. Cohen versus California was inside City Hall. That's what I'm doing.
Well, don't do it in California, man.
No, that's a Supreme Court case rule for the whole United States, bro.
Okay.
Don't touch me. Get the out of my face, too.
Dude, okay, see, that's what just got this last guy.
Do it.
In jail.
Do it.
I mean, we got ladies here that are non-law
It
enforcement.
doesn't matter. It's free speech, bro. Freedom. Learn it.
Listen,
It's
I
freedom. Get out of
appreciate-
his face.
listen,
You're making a bigger scene than I ever was. Get out of here.
You're up here harassing these
I
ladies.
wasn't. I walked in and she freaked out. Otherwise, I wasn't going to say anything to her. She freaked out. All I was trying to say, nicely, I said, look up Cohen versus California. Nicely.
Is this what you need to have meaning in your life, really?
Freedom? Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Is this your idea?
Oh my god.
I'll say this. One thing I kind of agree with the cop on is, if this is what you got to do with your life, there's so much. I mean, I don't know, man. To me, I just think there's better things to do with your life than this.
I like
right?
this cop. All right. He messed up. He shouldn't have arrested the guy the first time. All right.
I just think this cop, because I know where the video's going, I know what happened.
All right.
I think the cop's an asshole, and I think the auditor's an asshole, and the two assholes collided.
Yeah, but he's trying to be. We'll see where it goes. So far, I like him though.
Yeah, well, okay.
I need freedom. Well, when I see someone like you taking it away from people,
This is reason people lose their freedoms is because they don't.
No, because people like you. Because people like you. If you didn't step in, we'd have no issue here. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. You are the reason I'm here.
No, you'll be doing.
You're the reason I'm here.
Somewhere else.
If they did what you did, I will be. I sure will. Don't touch me. Get out of my face. Stop touching me. How about How about you? Stop getting in my face.
Dude, I can get anywhere.
If you kiss me, I'll make out with you so much harder than you make out with me. I'll give you so much tongue if you do. Come here, baby. Come here, handsome. Give me a kiss. Give me a little kiss. The loser.
I told you, leave me alone.
Hey, guess what?
We're not here to intimidate.
You may not. We're here to educate. Why did you arrest him? Hey, well, why did you arrest him? Hey, Gillard, why did you arrest him?
Why was I arrested?
Why was he arrested?
Was it the word?
Was it the word?
Was it the word?
It wasn't the word. Was it?
Was it the word?
Okay. Oh, it was. It was the word.
Hey, make yourself at home. Have a seat.
Oh my God, you must be so embarrassed right now. How embarrassing this must be for you.
He's calling his boss.
Oh, that'd be cool. Please do. I'll wait for him.
Yeah, I only want to talk to Josh.
I told you, make sure this is what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I want at least.
Josh is a family friend, by the way.
I want at least a it's worth out of it.
I told you I was not the one to let go.
And you heard him. He said, take a seat and make ourselves at home. That's what he said. So we aren't told to leave.
So I missed some stuff.
He said, take a seat and make yourself at home. That's what Captain Lillard just said to us.
Give me a quick recap on it. So I came in and he was up in your face. What happened?
So I came in with a sign, and I didn't even get through the front door. And the lady that we got our FOIA from, or we submitted to, she freaks out. That's about where you came in, is he's in my face still. Well, he's wanting to give me a kiss. I almost got one from him. I'm getting a kiss before I leave. Mark my words, I will get a kiss.
You what?
Does he?
Yes, he gets a kiss.
Oh my God, no, he doesn't.
A big
No,
wet
he doesn't.
sloppy kiss.
No.
This is.
No.
I think this guy may be triggering Nietzsche a little bit. She's using all caps in chat, and that usually mean that they're like when the person does all caps. Yeah, they're yelling. They're like this. Yes, they're all assholes. You're correct, Nietzsche. 100%.
There's more bad Apple auditors than there are good.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yes.
If I don't get a kiss, if I don't get one kiss from him, I'm gonna go home and cry.
Okay, we're fixing to get to the rest here. We're almost there.
You said sit down. Maybe.
Okay, come on, let's go.
So he calls the sheriff on us? Thank you.
Sheriffs have a conflict of interest.
They do?
Yeah.
Why?
They say that their departments work together, so it's a conflict of interest for them to get involved. Is why they would not send an officer over here to help. But they took
Wait, can you start that over again?
So they have they say there's a conflict of interest between their two departments because they work together. So they told me that's why they can send an officer over here to help me or assist me in anything paperwork I had to file.
Thank you. All right, what's your name?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, well, put your hands behind back under arrest. Disorderly. You get what you wanted.
How am I disorderly? How am I disorderly? How am I disorderly?
You don't get premium YouTube.
How am I disorderly?
Huh? Using foul language in public
I'm
place.
allowed to, dude.
Yeah, okay, well, I just talked to the prosecutor. He feels different.
Well, he doesn't know. And you're about to get yourself a lot of trouble, brother.
Well, gladly. There you go.
I agree.
Huh?
What? What do you agree?
You're being disorderly.
Okay.
He's going there and causing a scene, bro.
Okay. I understand that he's
it's
causing a
legally
scene.
wrong, but I think it's
I
fucked. I think
it is fucked. I'm not gonna argue with it. It's fucked.
I feel like it should fall into disorderly.
But it's not. That's
How?
That's the thing about it. Okay. Do we want to look up what the law is on disorderly conduct in the state of Arkansas?
Sure. I'm curious.
Okay, let's look it up here.
Okay.
Arkansas law, disorderly conduct. Here we go. Arkansas Code. This is 1987, reconfirmed in 2023. What disorderly conduct is. A person commits offense of disorderly conduct if, with the purpose to cause public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm, or recklessly creating a risk of public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm, if he or she A, engages in fighting or in violent threatening. No, it says in fighting or violent threatening or tumultuous behavior, makes unreasonable or excessive noise in a public space. Okay. All right. But were they making unreasonable public noise?
Yes.
Possibly. In a public place, uses abusive or obscene language or makes an obscene
Yes.
gesture or manner. Okay.
I
The
think it
problem
is.
with that, okay, the problem, I think the problem that they're going to run into here is, right, is that this here is truncated because the Supreme Court has ruled that saying obscene language in public is freedom of speech.
Okay, but just because it falls under freedom of speech doesn't mean it doesn't also fall under if you're doing it a certain way. Like, I can say fuck right now. Sure. That's freedom of speech. But if I scream it in the middle of the building where he is,
yeah,
it's a little different.
So I don't think this is the video here. He has another video where he actually has video from the Arkansas Attorney General that is addressing a meeting of like a law enforcement where they're having like a big meeting of them.
City
You know
hall
what I'm
meeting
saying?
things.
No. This is a deal where like you go for like training or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They all over the state they gather together, and he specifically talks about this guy, right? This random patriot.
Okay.
He says he's going to come into your offices, into your law enforcement, whatever, and he's going to say the F word. And he's going to try to do these things. He goes, I understand that it can be upsetting. It can be even unnerving a little bit. He said, but everything he does, because he goes right to the edge, but he doesn't cross the line. He says it's protected free speech. And he says, you guys cannot arrest him for that.
That's a crock of horse shit.
It may be a crock of horse shit, but when the Attorney General of the state is saying you can't do it, and these guys are out here doing it, you see what I'm saying? And here's the thing: he's already got a. Well, I don't know if you can do it everywhere, Neechie. You can do it in Arkansas, that's for sure. But because again, look. I understand this is upsetting to you guys. I get it. And this guy's getting what he wants. But watch what the cop does to this guy.
Hey, I want to be a little more on here. Yeah. Dude, you can't do that. You just shoved me in the doorway. We're not going to do that.
Did you see that? Or do I need to back it up and slow it down?
I saw it.
So he's put him through the first door frame. Well, they're too big. They can't both fit in there, right? Yeah. So when the cop is stepping through, the guy's shoulder bangs into it, which then, of course, throws him back into and so the cop, I guess, thinks that he's whatever, and he takes him and just slams him into the second door frame. He winds up busting the guy's lip. Okay, so now we have problems, right? Because now this has went from just a simple disorderly arrest, right? He's arrested him for disorderly conduct, to where now we may actually have like what they call it, police, what they call it, abuse, police, whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right. So chats want me to rewind it here. Let me rewind. Let me take it off of I'm gonna put it on the.
Put it on 0.75.
You want me to slow it?
Just that one part. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
The prosecutor be in the same boat as you. Hey, I want to be a little more civil on him. You're screwed. Yeah.
Okay, you see that? I mean, he bumped him into, which it was the cop doing it. Of course, the cop is already worked up. He's already agitated, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
he just wanted a flavor kiss.
He just got his kiss right there because he just planted his face hard on that glass window right there, whatever, right? He got his kiss. Now, there's just a little bit more here. I think he goes through in this video now this is where he's fixed to go off camera, but he alleges things happened off camera.
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You just shoved me in the doorway. Come on, we're not gonna do that. Oh, yeah. We're doing middle of arrest. You guys ain't getting up here in the middle while I'm trying to work. Get out the door now. I ain't outside the door. I'm outside the door. Now you guys get out. I've had enough. Hey, don't out. Come on. Listen, I'm trying to work here. You ain't working? Dude, back off.
Justin, request medical.
Let's watch that from a different angle. After Colin Lillard slams my shoulder into a door frame and then says I'm resisting because my body hits a door frame, he slams my body into another window. But what I want you to pay attention to is he takes his right hand and he grabs the back of my head and slams my face and then shoves my face into the window, which is what busts my lip and bruises my tooth. I guess I got that kiss after all.
Yeah, you got to get.
Oh, yeah. We're doing middle of arrest. You guys ain't getting up here in the middle while I'm trying to work. Get out the door now. We're doing middle of arrest. You guys ain't getting up here in the middle while I'm trying to work. Get out the door now. I'm outside the door. Now you guys get out. I've had enough. Hey, don't touch me. I'm trying to work here. You ain't working? Back off. That could have been a punk, dude.
Request medical. Request medical. Don't say a word. Not another word.
Yeah.
Back up.
Dover's fixing to be on, brother. I told you not to mess with me. Hope y'all ready for that one. I want your phone too, ma'am. You did that while you was on duty.
I got his phone. I guess I'll just give it to him. Thank you so much.
Say they brought him pizza, but it's too late.
No follow screen
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So I just reported an assault to the Polk County Sheriff, and he drove away. So the random patriot just got arrested.
Nice.
Okay, so I don't know if he, maybe he talks a little bit more here. Okay, maybe.
I see your busted lip, brother. I believe you. I hope you got videos in the back.
He choked me inside.
I believe he did, brother. I got you.
He choked my neck. Inside, he choked me.
I see the red marks.
He threw me down and choked me. I swear to God.
I see the red marks. You might want to start that car up this time, not walk away from it.
So he says, so I think maybe it's another video, whatever, but you hear him calling about he choked me.
Yeah.
After he gets out, whatever, he says he went back into the, I guess, an officer, wherever, where he was talking with the older guy at one point. And he really loses control. The random patriot is claiming he really lost, and he just grabbed by the throat and just starts choking him. And of course the one guy says, yeah, he saw the red marks on his throat or whatever. If he said her choking a person who's in cuffs,
yeah, it's not good.
That's not good.
All right, fine, you win. All right, maybe he's not such a great guy after all.
But here again, right? Here's the deal.
No. He worked him up. Right? He got him.
Right. I understand. I don't disagree with you.
Choking him was a bit much, but I don't blame him for the busted lip. All right, he kind of deserved that.
Okay, look, I think this is one of those things when two, they're similar. They're both assholes. They're both arrogant and just, assholes. And I think they just collided. And the problem is now when they collided, shit went everywhere, So, I don't know. I'm trying to somewhat kind of follow this one a little bit. I've been checking the guy's channel and see if there's anything new updates or whatever, but, this is the charges have been officially filed. He has a court date where he has to go in, I'm sure, for the preliminary hearings or whatever. It could possibly get tossed out then. He's actually, I think if I remember correctly, in one of the other videos he's talking about, he retained an attorney who is a civil rights attorney. And this guy has already won some, what do they call it? Monumental cases here in the state of Arkansas for things just like this, where other cops have arrested people for vulgarities, like saying vulgarity stuff in public. and have won. And there's actual courts. There's actually cases on the book now where the court systems, even here in Arkansas, you know, it's protected, speech. You can't arrest someone just because they, say a curse word, even shout a curse word. You just can't, you just can't do it. And so,
well,
anyway, that's the first one we had to kind of watch with you guys today.
No, I don't hate the cop. I think he's got some issues.
Hang on here, to the mail. Please explain if he did choke him and not something else. So, all right. So, according to the Random Patriot, when you saw him being brought out and put into the police car for transfer to the jail, he says he choked me. He choked me back there and whatever. And the other guy says, "Yeah, I see the red marks on your neck." So I don't know. I mean, we can try to back it up here just a little bit here.
I don't know if we'll be able to see it. Well,
let's see here.
Say.
Let's see. Let me see if I can move it. I don't. Yeah, maybe there's some red marks there around his neck. Is definitely red, but I don't know if that's necessarily from
being choked.
Is that his agitated state? Is he just flustered? Because when people get mad or whatever, they'll different. Their face can get flushed. The back of their neck, things like that can become flushed. I don't know if that's. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it does look like. If you notice here, it's like, well, you may, I don't know if you're catching my arrow, but right here in the front of his throat, it does look like it's like red. And we're on but on the back and stuff there. So it does look like maybe he was, I don't know if he necessarily like squeezed, but it may have been a deal where he just put his hand up there and was like really pushing him back against a wall or something like that. And it had kind of like a chokehold, but it wasn't from reverse. It was just a front chokehold. Kind of looks like maybe possibly, but I don't see like where there's bruises or anything like that from like where his hands was squeezing him, something like that. So his face. So yeah, even chat was saying like if it was him being worked up or whatever, his face is white and ashen, like he's kind of shocked. He kind of looks like he's kind of shocked that what happened.
Yeah.
But anyway, he does kind of look like Bill Burr a little bit, doesn't he?